Welcome back to the channel where we talk about old coins, rare coins, valuable coins, and the amazing stories hidden inside everyday pocket change. Today we are looking at the famous United States quarter dollar dated 1776 to 1976, which is commonly known as the Bicentennial quarter. If you have one of these quarters in your collection or you have found one in your pocket, you may be wondering how much it is worth today. Some people believe every 1776 quarter is extremely rare and worth thousands or even millions of dollars. The truth is that most circulated bicentennial quarters are common, but some special examples can be worth much more than their face value. The real value depends on the mint mark condition, metal composition, errors, and varieties. The first important thing to understand is that there is no regular United States quarter dated only 1776. The famous quarter carries the dual date 1776 to 1976 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence. This special quarter was produced as part of the United States Bicentennial coin program, and it became one of the most recognizable modern American coins. The reverse design is very different from the normal Washington quarter. Instead of the traditional eagle, the Bicentennial quarter shows a colonial drummer standing beside a victory torch surrounded by 13 stars, representing the original 13 colonies. The design was created by Jack LHR after winning a national competition. The obverse still features the famous portrait of George Washington, which was originally designed by John Flanagan. The dual date 1776 to 1976 is one of the most important features of this coin. It connects the beginning of the United States with the 200th anniversary celebration. The coin was released during a time when the entire country was preparing for the bicentennial celebration. Special coins were created in several denominations, including the quarter, half dollar, and dollar. The 1776 to 1976 quarter was made in very large numbers. This means that most circulated examples are not rare. Millions of these quarters entered circulation, and many can still be found today in old collections, jars, boxes, and inherited coin collections. The most common version is the copper nickel-clad quarter. This coin has a copper-colored center visible around the edge and a lighter-colored outer surface. Circulated examples are usually worth close to face value. A normal circulated bicentennial quarter with no major error and no special condition may be worth 25 cents to around $1 depending on the exact condition and collector interest. However, not every bicentennial quarter is exactly the same. Some were produced at different United States mint facilities. The mint mark can be found on the obverse side of the coin near the bottom right area below the neck of George Washington. You may see a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no mint mark for Philadelphia. The Denver and Philadelphia circulation strikes are very common. A circulated 1776 to 1976 D quarter or a circulated 1776 to 1976 Philadelphia quarter normally has only a small premium if the coin is in attractive condition. Most heavily worn examples remain close to face value. The San Francisco coins require more attention because many were made for special collector sets. Some San Francisco bicentennial quarters were struck in copper nickel-clad composition, while others were made in 40% silver. The silver versions are especially important for collectors because their value is connected to both their collectible appeal and their silver content. A silver bicentennial quarter can usually be identified by checking the edge. A regular clad coin normally shows a copper-colored stripe on the edge. A silver-clad coin usually has a different appearance and does not show the same obvious copper stripe. However, the best way to confirm the composition is through proper testing or professional identification. The 1776 to 1976 S silver bicentennial quarter is generally worth more than a regular circulated clad example. Even if the coin has been handled and shows signs of circulation, the silver content gives it additional value. The exact price depends on the condition, the current silver market, and collector demand. Many people also ask about the famous 1776 to 1976 quarter that is supposedly worth thousands or millions of dollars. Online videos and social media posts often show unbelievable prices. But collectors should be careful because many of these claims are based on rare errors or extremely high-grade examples rather than ordinary circulated coins. A normal circulated bicentennial quarter is not automatically worth thousands of dollars. The date 1776 to 1976 alone does not make the coin extremely rare. The coin must have something special such as a major mint error, a rare variety, unusual composition, or exceptional condition. One of the most interesting areas for collectors is mint errors. Errors can happen when something goes wrong during the coin production process. Some errors are very minor and have little extra value, while major dramatic errors can be highly desirable. A doubled die can sometimes attract collector attention. This happens when the design receives an additional impression during the die-making process and creates visible doubling on parts of the lettering or design. True doubled dies can be valuable, but many coins that appear doubled are actually machine doubling. This is why careful examination is important. Another type of error is an off-center strike. If the blank planchet is not positioned correctly when the coin is struck, the design can appear shifted toward one side. A small amount of off-center striking may have only a modest premium, but a dramatic off-center error with a visible date can be much more valuable. Broad strikes and clipped planchets are also errors that collectors may look for. A clipped planchet occurs when the metal blank is improperly cut before striking. The result can be a curved, missing section along the edge of the coin. The more dramatic and clearly genuine the error, the more interest it may receive from collectors. There are also wrong planchet errors. This happens when a coin design is struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or composition. These errors are much more unusual and can be valuable. However, they should always be authenticated because many unusual-looking coins are simply damaged after leaving the mint. Damage is one of the biggest reasons people mistakenly believe they have a rare error. A coin can be bent, scratched, drilled, flattened, chemically altered, or damaged by machines. These conditions are not the same as genuine mint errors. For a circulated 1776 to 1976 quarter, condition is extremely important. A heavily circulated coin may have scratches, surface marks, and worn details. These coins are usually worth close to face value unless they contain silver or a significant error. A lightly circulated coin with strong details and attractive surfaces may be worth more to collectors. The drummer boy design should be clear and the lettering should remain sharp. The stars and details on the reverse can also help determine how much wear the coin has experienced. An uncirculated bicentennial quarter has never been used in regular commerce. It may still have small marks from the minting and packaging process, but the original design details remain strong. High-grade uncirculated examples can bring higher prices, especially when they have excellent surfaces and strong eye appeal. The most valuable examples are usually coins that combine rarity with outstanding condition. A rare error in poor condition may still be valuable, but a rare error in excellent condition can be much more desirable. Another important feature is the type of composition. The regular clad bicentennial quarter contains a copper-nickel outer layer over a copper core. The special silver version contains 40% silver. This difference can make a major impact on value. Many people have found bicentennial quarters in old collections and wonder whether cleaning the coin will increase its value. In most cases, cleaning a coin can actually reduce its collector value. Scratches caused by cleaning can permanently damage the surface. Collectors generally prefer coins with natural original surfaces. If you find a 1776 to 1976 quarter that looks unusual, do not polish it and do not use chemicals on it. Keep it in a safe holder and examine it carefully under good lighting. Issue: the 1776 to 1976 quarter is also a reminder that value is not always about age. Many people think a coin must be hundreds of years old to be valuable. But a modern coin can become collectible because of rarity, errors, condition, history, or special composition. The bicentennial quarter is now many decades old, and interest in these coins continues. As more people begin collecting coins, more examples are being examined and unusual varieties are being discovered. So if you find a 1776 to 1976 quarter in your change, do not immediately throw it into a jar without looking at it. It may be a common coin worth face value, but it could also have a special feature that makes it more interesting to collectors. Remember that the biggest value comes from the details. Check the mint mark, check the edge, check the condition, and look for genuine errors. Avoid cleaning the coin and be careful with online claims that promise unbelievable prices. The 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter is one of the most famous commemorative circulating coins in United States history. Its design celebrates the American Revolution and the birth of the nation, while its place in circulation makes it accessible to almost everyone. For most circulated examples, the value is modest. But certain silver coins' rare errors and high-grade examples can be worth significantly more. That is what makes coin collecting so exciting. A simple quarter can have a story and sometimes a special feature that changes its value completely. So take another look at your old quarters. Search through your coin jars, check your collections, and examine those 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarters carefully. You may discover a common coin worth 25 cents, or you may find a special example that deserves a closer look from a professional coin expert. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, valuable coins, old coins, and hidden treasures found in everyday change, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Keep check.